Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Kauthar. If this is your first time here, please make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss any video. On my channel, I help you understand crochet diagrams and I demystify everything so that you can make a wide array of things, as there are different crochet diagrams that hold thousands of patterns that are not even all over the place because most people cannot read crochet diagrams. And in this particular video, I'm going to be showing you how you can work with this crochet edging that I have here printed. So like I always say, crochet diagrams are just crochet patterns but not in written formats. Like, they are in the format of a drawing. As you can see, it is not like you have row 1 do 50 chains, row 2 work 10 double crochets. It isn't like that at all. It is just in form of a diagram, and you need to know how to read this diagram so that you can work with the pattern. Don't be alarmed, it's actually very easy, and I'm just going to show you right here. So if you can see this pattern that I have, you've noticed that there are some symbols that make it look like gibberish, but it's not. I'm just going to explain everything. So the very first symbol you can see looking from the bottom up is this circle, and usually what I advise is that you write down all the symbols in the pattern and write down what it means. So for this circle, I'm going to write it down now and write what it means. So the circles, it means chain. So we're just going to demystify all the symbols. So after you see circles, the next symbol you can see is this X symbol, and this X just stands for single crochet. So I'm going to write that down here, X, and put SC, which means single crochet. So it means that everywhere you see this circle, it means you should do a chain, and everywhere you see this X, you should do a single crochet. So after this X, what else can you see? You can see this that looks like T, this long vertical line with a horizontal line across that looks like a T. That one stands for double crochet. So it means everywhere you see this, you do a double crochet. And I believe that is all the symbols we have in this crochet diagram. Just the chains, which are represented with the circle, the single crochets, which are represented with the X's, and then the double crochet, which is this long ones here that look like the letter T. And now let's just get into the pattern. I'm going to explain it, and then I'm going to work and show you exactly what it looks like when it is worked. Now that I've written out all the symbols and what they stand for, I'm going to just talk you through this pattern. Now we're going to be starting from here. If you're already familiar with crochet, you know you are going to be starting with your chains. So wherever the chains are is where the project starts. So first thing is you want to do chains, and you want to know how many chains you're going to do to start this project. So you're just going to count these circles because each one represents one chain. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20. We have 20 chains all together in this diagram. It means that you are going to do 20 chains. But let me call your attention to something real quick. This is just a small swatch. It means this is just a sample of this pattern, and if you can do this, it means you can do this pattern to be as long as you want or as short as you want. Now if you want to increase this pattern, or you want to reduce it in terms of, let's say you want to make this into a top. This is apparently not big enough for a top for yourself unless you're making the top for a doll. So if you want to increase this pattern, what you want to do is find where it repeats. So once you discover the motif and you see how many motifs you have in the swatch, like this is our motif as you can see in this pattern, and there are 3 of this. What you want to do next is count how many chains make up one motif, how many chains result in one motif, how many chains result in one motif. So we're just going to count. So you count everything. So for here we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 7 chains make up this first motif. You count the next one. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 6 chains make up this motif. Just note that 1 2 3 4 5 6. You can say 6 chains make up the last motif. So you can actually easily conclude that this pattern is worked in multiples of 6. So it means for every 6 chains that you add, you get an extra motif, right? Now that we counted all the chains all together in this pattern, we'll count again. We already counted before, we had 20, but let's just count again. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20. These are 20 chains, right? And we have established that, let me just write it down here. We have 20 chains, and we've established that 6 chains make up one motif, yeah? Now we know that, and we have 3 motifs in this particular swatch, so we know that 18 chains is what we use for 3 motifs. So it is just very easy for you to know that if you want to do this pattern, your chain needs to be in multiples of 6, and then you add 2 at the end. So this one now, they did chain 6 3 times, which resulted in 18, and they added 2, which is why they have 20 chains to start with. I hope that is clear. So if you want a bigger project, you just need to continue doing your chains in multiple of 6. So when you get to 18 and it's not long enough, you do additional 6, you keep adding 6 until you get the length that you want, and then you add 2 at the end of it all. So I'm just going to do my chain now, my chain of 20, because I'm going to be working with this watch, and I'll meet you back up here. Okay guys, so I've just finished my chain of 20. So I'm going to go back to the pattern to see what the next thing is. And like I explained, you see the next, I counted this chain. If you remember, this chain was part of what I counted. So I'm going to move on to the next thing. You know, in crochet, when you work this way, you work the next way. Like it goes, work this direction, then this direction, like that. So I've gotten here, I've done my 20 chains. The next thing you can see is this X, and if you remember, I said the X represents single crochet. So I can see X in each, X on top of each chain, right? X on top of each chain. So that just means that you're going to work a single crochet in each chain that you've done for your foundation row. You see the X in each chain all the way till the end. So this just means that you do a single crochet in each of the chains that you worked in your foundation row. And see here, the very first single crochet you are doing it in the 3rd chain from the hook. Like this is the 20th chain. So 1 2 3, in the 3rd chain from the hook, you do the first single crochet, and you do that all the way till the end. I'm going to do that now and then meet you back up. Okay, now I've finished working the single crochet in all the chains from my foundation row. So I go back to the diagram. So now we're working back in this direction. The very first thing you can see is chain, right? So there is chain of 1 2 3 4. Don't get it twisted. This is 1, this row is 1. This and these two don't belong in the same row. This is for the next row. So the very first thing you're going to do is chain, and this is how this one goes, like this. So we're chaining 1 2 3 4, right? So let me just do those 4 chains before continuing. 1 2 3 4. I finished the 4 chains. I'm turning my work now. Then the next thing is this one icon that looks like a T, and remember I said it's a double crochet. So we're going to do this double crochet, and see, after the chain 4, I skip 1 2. I'm skipping 2 single crochets, and I work the double crochet in the 3rd single crochet. See, I did my chain 4 already, right? Then I skip 2 single crochets, and in the next single crochet after the skipped 2, I do 1 double crochet. So let me just do that now. I'm skipping 1 2, then in the next one I do a double crochet. I've done the double crochet. The next thing is to chain. See, it goes all the way. Next thing is chain 1 2 3 4 5 6. Next thing is chain 6 and do 1 more double crochet in that same space. As you can see, it is in that same single crochet space. So I'm going to do that now. Chain 6 1 2 3 4 5 6, and do 1 double crochet in the same space, right? So I've just done that. I finished this. So the next thing now is for me to do 3 chains. As you can see, 1 2 3. Do 3 chains. 1 2 3. After the 3 chains, I do a single crochet, but you can see that I'm skipping. I have to skip 2 single crochets. Like these 2 single crochets, they don't have anything going in them, so I skip 2, and in the next one I work my single crochet. So skip 2, work 1 single crochet in the next. I finish this. Then now I do my chain 3, skip 2, then I work my double crochet, chain 6, double crochet in the next stitch. So from here you can see that the pattern is already repeating just like I did in the first motif. So I'm just going to finish this row and meet you back up. Okay guys, so I've finished till the end ending with a single crochet, this X, and I've just ended as well with a single crochet. So I'm going to go to the next row, and for the next row it's quite easy. So the next thing you can see is to do this chain 1 2 3 4 5. So I chain 5 to go to the next row. So I'm going to chain 1 2 3 4 5, and I turn my work because I'm working in the next row now. I finished my chain of 5. So we have these icons, the ones that look like the T that represents double crochet, and we have 1 2 3 4. We have 4 of that, and we're working those 4 in the space, in the chain 6 space from the previous row. So I'm just going to show you that now. 4 double crochets in the chain 6 space. So this is the space. So 1 2 3 and 4. We have the double crochets already. Now the next thing you can see is 1 2 3 chains. You can see 1 2 3 chains, then you do a single crochet in the first chain. I'm going to show you how that will be done. So 1 2 3, and then in the very first chain you do a single crochet, and that's just to give us a picot. Done. You see another, I finished this one, then there's another set 1 2 3 single crochet in the first chain, then 1 2 3 single crochet in the first chain. So I'm to do this all together 3 times, so I'm just going to do that and show you. So again, 1 2 3, and work a single crochet in the first chain, 1 2 3, and work a single crochet in that first chain. Now that I'm done with this, the last thing to do is 1 2 3 4, 4 more double crochets, but still in the same chain 6 space, as you can see. So I'm just going to put my 4 more double crochets. So first double crochet, second double crochet, 3 and 4. So I've just finished that. 4 double, so you can see now 4 double crochets, 3 picots and 4 double crochets, and here I also have 4 double crochets, 3 picots and 4 double crochets. Once that is done, I repeat this exact thing in this chain 6 space for the second motif, and in the chain 6 space for the last motif, and I'm just going to show you that. So remember, we're working in this next space, this next chain 6 space. We're doing 4 double crochets. So 1 that for the last space, the last chain 6 space. So now that I've finished the 4 double crochets, so the next thing is to do 1 2 3 4, 4 more chains, and then single crochet in the chain from the previous row, in the first chain from the previous row. Like you do chain 1 2 3 4. Now you do the single crochet in the first chain. You know you did 4 chains at the beginning of row 2. Now you're going to put your single crochet in the first chain of the 4 that you did. So I'll just show you. Chain 4, 1 2 3 4, and then I put my single crochet. This is the 4 chains I started with in row 2. So I'm going to count 1 2 3 4. So it's in this 4th one that I put the single crochet that I'm going to be ending up with. So I just fasten off, and that is the end. I have my edging complete. So this is something you can use as edging, like decoration for a top. You can use it for a blanket. Anywhere you can use it for shorts. Anywhere you just need to add edging to your work, you can use this, and you notice that, I mean, it is the diagram is the same thing as what I have here, and that's just how you work this particular edging. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. If you have any suggestions, anything you want me to explain, feel free to leave everything down below and I'm going to get to it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on post notifications so you do not miss any single tutorial. If you want me to use this stitch to make a project, just let me know so that we see how it works when you're building up with it. See you in my next tutorial, guys. Bye.